Julie Hassan. Welcome to Everyday Dish. I'm passionate about chocolate and I love to get in the kitchen and play around with new chocolate recipes all the time and come up with all kinds of fun creations. And so my latest I developed specifically for one of my favorite cake pans. And it's an incredibly chocolatey, devilish chocolate cake, and I can't wait to share the recipe with you. And if you don't have a pan like this, there's so many different pans that will work, and you can have fun. You can go to town with your pan. So to make this recipe, we're going to start by combining all of our dry ingredients first. Now I've got my stand mixer, and I'm going to start with some unbleached all-purpose flour and put that in there. I have some white whole wheat pastry flour, and I'm putting that in there, but whole wheat pastry flour will work fine. I have Dutch processed cocoa. I have brown sugar, granulated sugar, and I'm using organic. I have baking soda, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix these together. You could use your mixer to mix them together. I'm just going to quickly just kind of move them around with a spatula. Okay, and then we're going to mix our wet ingredients together. So for these we have hemp milk. You could use any non-dairy milk, but I really like the hemp milk in this one, and it's a plain hemp milk. I have a little bit of canola oil or other light oil. I have some hot brewed coffee. Ooh, that's what gives it its really good chocolate taste. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of rum. Now, if you don't want to add rum, you don't do alcohol, that's fine. You don't have to add it, but it's really good in there. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add just a little bit of vanilla, so about a teaspoon of vanilla. So I can get the jar open and put that in. Great. Put that aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to whisk these together, and we're going to add them to our dry ingredients. I mean, this cake really is so incredibly chocolatey. Chocoholics will love this. Okay, so we're going to put the arm down here. We're going to turn this on, and we're going to whisk it just until it's smooth and there's no, it's all the flour is incorporated. Excellent. Now, just put the arm up. Now what we've got, whoops, besides some nice drips of cake batter to lick, we've got our grease pan, and I like to, you want to grease and flour it really well. I make my own pan greaser, and I'll put the recipe on the website for it, so if you want to do it, it works really well, and you just brush it into your pan, which I've done, so they're all nicely coated. And now with this batter, we're going to scoop it, and I really like to use the ice cream scoops for cakes and portioning cakes and cupcakes and things like that. And we want to fill these about halfway full, like so. We do this to each one. Okay, we're going to scrape our last one. Here we go. And I never worry if I drip some chocolate batter because this is so good. My kids come in and swoop in and love to lick the bowl in this one. And that's one of the advantages of baking vegan desserts without eggs, without raw eggs in them, is you get to lick the bowl, which is so much fun. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to bake it in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes, 30-35 minutes in there until the cakes will spring back and a tester inserted in the center comes out clean. So we'll put that in, turn the light on, and set the timer. It's been about 35 minutes, so we're just going to test these really quick. And all you do is stick the tester in to make sure that it comes out clean. Yep, no big pieces stuck to the thing, to the skewer. So they're done. Look at these great cakes. Aren't those fun? These are so much fun. Now what we have to do is we have to let them cool for about 15 minutes before we flip the pan over and let them cool completely on a rack. And then we get to ice them. The cakes are completely cooled and so beautiful. So at this point you could just dust them with powdered sugar, or you could put a chocolate ganache drizzled on top, which is what we're gonna do. And all we have to do is combine some soy milk or hemp milk, chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, non-dairy, definitely non-dairy. We're gonna combine those together. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of rum, like so. And if you don't do alcohol, you can just leave that out. Or if you want to do a different, liqueur or something, that's fine too. Now what we're going to do is put them in the microwave to melt them for about 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds. So at this point you could take a look. Sometimes it might need another 5 seconds or so, but nope, this feels warm. The chocolate chips look melty. So now what we do, you can use a little whisk if you have one, and you whisk it until it's all emulsified and smooth. And then this would be if you would notice if there still seemed like there were some hard chocolate bits in there, but 30 seconds seems to really do a nice job. Look at how that's coming together. It's gorgeous. Now that's a ganache. Okay, see, the nice thing about this ganache is the health benefit of it, because chocolate is healthy for you, full of antioxidants. The non-dairy milk is very healthy for you. And traditionally, ganache has all kinds of like butter and cream, and it's not good for you. So this is very heart healthy. Okay, now what we do, we have our ganache, we have our cakes. This is where you get to have fun. So what I'm gonna do is I like to just drizzle it all over the top. Get a lot in the little wells on the top. Oh, these are so good. And when as the ganache cools, it will become firm and shiny and just so beautiful. And these cakes will last a couple of days. If you're going to make them ahead of time and you want to dust them with powdered sugar, I would wait and dust them with powdered sugar right before you serve them. They'll be the best. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you make lots of these chocolate cakes because they're so good. And for this recipe and many, many other wonderful recipes, please visit our website, which is everydaydish.tv. And I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me.